Hello. Please hit like button and subscribe my channel. Also press bell icon for future video notifications. Thanks.
I first started working on this book at the beginning of one of the worst pandemics in history. On November 17, 2019, a bat coronavirus made its debut in the human population. The virus was called SARS-CoV-2 and the disease was called COVID-19, coronavirus disease 2019. Just 1 year after it had arrived, the virus had infected hundreds of millions of people and killed more than 1 million, mostly from pneumonia. At our hospital, the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, human coronaviruses account for about 20% of all respiratory infections during the winter. This bat virus, however, was different. SARS-CoV-2 was the angel of death in nursing homes, accounting for more than 40% of all COVID-19 deaths. For influenza virus, which kills about 30,000 people every year, nursing homes account for fewer than 10% of deaths. SARS-CoV-2 raged during the summer months. No one had anticipated this. Human coronaviruses, as well as other respiratory viruses, such as influenza, that are spread by small droplets in coughs and sneezes, are winter diseases. They always disappear during the summer. SARS-CoV-2 caused some people to lose their sense of taste or smell for weeks at a time. Scientists have now found that the virus can enter the brain through nerves in the nose. Human coronaviruses don't do this. No respiratory viruses do this. SARS-CoV-2 caused an unusual, multi-organ disease in children that mimicked another disease called Kawasaki's, a relatively rare disorder characterized by rash, pink eye, cracked lips, swollen glands, a strawberry tongue, swelling of the hands and feet, peeling of the skin, and occasionally fatal. SARS-CoV-2 also mimicked a disease called toxic shock syndrome, which is as bad as it sounds. No other virus does this to children. This phenomenon was made all the more amazing by the observation that SARS-CoV-2 doesn't enter the bloodstream. Rather, the virus induces the body's own immune system to destroy cells that line veins and arteries. Human coronaviruses don't do any of these things either. Some people who caught and survived SARS-CoV-2 never made an immune response against the virus. This suggested that the virus might be suppressing the immune system, like the AIDS virus. This unusual form of immune suppression was especially true in men, who were twice as likely to die from the disease. All of these surprises occurred within the first year of the virus's debut. It is likely that more surprises lie ahead. Basic Books, September 2021. With hundreds of thousands of people dying from COVID-19, everyone was desperate for a cure. In April 2020, I was selected by Dr. Francis Collins, director of the National Institutes of Health, NIH, to participate on a committee to accelerate the development of vaccines and treatments. I was also a member of the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, Vaccine Advisory Committee. These positions gave me a front-row seat for how people were about to make decisions under uncertainty. Some people, like the President of the United States, reasoned that at the very least it was worth a try. What could be the harm? Unfortunately, any drug that has a positive effect can also have a negative effect. During the next few weeks, several studies showed that hydroxychloroquine neither treated nor prevented COVID-19. Worse, about 10% of recipients suffered severe heart arrhythmias, some fatally. 2 months later, the FDA withdrew its recommendation. The most disturbing aspect of the hydroxychloroquine disaster was that the drug hadn't gone through the usual process of FDA licensure, which takes about a year of careful, thorough review. Rather, it had been approved under something called emergency use authorization, a faster, less thorough system that would soon be applied to the approval of coronavirus vaccines. Although much disagreement surrounded the best way to treat COVID-19, everyone agreed that the only way to stop its spread was with a vaccine. As a consequence, never in history had more money or more expertise been devoted to making a single medical product. By the end of 2020, more than 100 companies were pushing forward with a vaccine. Every strategy that had ever been used to make a vaccine was employed to prevent the spread of SARS-CoV-2, as well as several that had never been tried before. Some of these novel vaccines were being mass-produced in a program called Warp Speed before anyone really knew whether they worked or were safe. In other words, by the end of 2020, an elusive, difficult-to-characterize bat coronavirus that had surprised doctors with its novel symptoms and unusual pathologies was soon to be countered by a series of vaccines that had never before been used against any other virus in history. This book is about capturing the emotions of that moment at the end of 2020, when phrases like, warp speed, the race for a vaccine, and vaccine finalists scared people that corners were being cut, timelines compressed, and safety measures ignored. Please support my channel to grow by pressing subscribe button and the bell icon. We will notify you technological news. Thank you.